I need to get some rest, but I need your seed.
Why?
Well, to sleep with it.
And as you fall, Enwin is still on his feet. The rest of you fall and break all of the tables inside of the Cheshire Club. To which Bo goes, "Come on!"
Best day ever!
Group, though. He would work with the group because he likes Cass, and that would just be really, really awkward on the battlefield.
What?
I don't think that's an awkward. Perfect person to protect Cass. I
Wait,
like
what?
it. Let's go.
I'm still here.
I don't need protection.
I'm still here. At the...
I know you are, sweetie.
Chris,
It's okay.
shh. The adults are talking. Shh.
Oh,
One second, buddy.
I like it. I'm gonna. What did
Chris
you think
likes
of
Cass?
I like.
What have you been?
Ibs was a little pretentious.
Abs was
and
my
for
favorite.
me.
I like Bob.
Thanks, Perry.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Are you gonna leave?
Yeah, the crew needs me.
You go, and I'm gonna stay right here.
Oh my God.
And he nods his head. And he nods his head and walks you over to the door. And sort of opens the door.
Oh man.
There was mouth stuff poison? Oh yeah.
There was mouth stuff.
That came out wrong, sorry.
Sorry. I could not laugh.
Person has died, Ryan. A little decorum,
Death
please.
due to mouth stuff. Come on. Get over it.
I'll go home
Smack
now.
him across the face. I'm like, wake up.
All right, you smack Ryan across the We're set up in these stands or floating above the water. Have never seen a ship cross the finish line, but first. And they all watch as the first thing they see is Monkey C. Written along the side of the ship, crossing and backwards. And you have crossed the finish line. Congratulations, crew. You have won the first high lock race for the briefest of seconds. Let them be. Let them love and hurt and change and tell stories and die fighting and pouring drinks and doing the right thing even though it hurts. Just let them be. We can give them that. What's going on, Indigo Chameleon audience? It's me, your good buddy Scribe, here to remind you of the fun ways that you can interact here on Indigo Chameleon, even when we're not streaming. One, we've got an amazing Discord. Come and hang out with us. We would love to have you there. You can find some inspiration if you need it. There's memes. There's even like fun ways for you to be like the first ones to know when we're looking for players for a remote one-shot or a one-shot located here at Indigo Chameleon Studios. So please come and hang out with us on the Discord. We would love to have you. We also have a merch store. Yeah, it's a chance for you, the dear viewer, to help us represent the brand a little bit. There's t-shirts, there's mugs, there's prints, there's shower curtains. So I hear one day you will be mine, shower curtain. So yeah, thank you so much for all your support. And as always, there's always a spot here at the table for you. You are the 7th player at this spot. You can use stream points by clicking that little karma right at the bottom of your screen, right where the chat is, one of those sides. You can do that and earn stream points. Every time you tune in, you help us raid, you spread the word, donate bits. That, well, I don't know about spreading the word, it'd be hard to track that, but all of those other things will help you earn stream points that you can use to help your players when they need it the most. Thank you all so much for all your support. Indigo Connect, and hey.
Sit back, dear friends, and hear the tale, when fairies flew and ships did sail. You know the stories often told, of Peter Pan, both brave and bold, of Tinker Bell, clever and smart, of evil men born black of heart, adventure and treasure buried in sand. Time held its breath, in Neverland. But darkness fell on the island fair, a sickness rose of no compare. Each creature and plant fell one by one, no respite found for anyone. So the island died, its people scattered, those left behind broken and battered. Years went by, no end in sight. Then through the darkness came new light. The island breathes and life returns. Within our heroes a fire burns. The drive to find those who are lost, to build a home at any cost. Join pixies, skeletons, a mermaid or two, healers, never boys, and lost boys too. They're here each week, new stories told, so pull up a chair and never grow old.
Calculated risk, but I am bad at math. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is, what night is it? It's Sunday night. It's time for a little Dungeons and Dragons here on Indigo Chameleon. It's been a long time coming, gang. You thought we were down, but we are back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As that really handsome guy that was doing the announcements said before, we have a Discord. You can come and hang out with us on the Discord. We'd love to have you there, where we do inspiration and we do memes and your one-stop shop for all things Dungeons and Dragons related. Well, we also have a homebrew channel and a place where you can ask fellow DMs and players advice for your own campaigns, which has been really helpful as of late. And then we also have a merch store where you can buy cool stuff like jackets and mugs and wow, okay, there's a war going on in the chat right now. You're both pretty. Thank you for posting those links. Yes, thank you so much for everybody tuning in and for everybody telling. Yeah, everybody telling your friends about the show and things of that sort. So we don't pay for any advertising here on the channel, but you guys spreading the word is great. We're making the climb towards 1,000 followers here on Twitch, which is no small feat, and it's all thanks to you lovely people that like to tune in to the stories that we tell. So, upcoming schedule for this week. We're starting this week off with a bang with the with the final part of our one shot. It tickles me to no end that this group was so charismatic and so made such wonderful characters that completely bullied my mayor that I fell in love with them, and so I've kept them around for our one shot that turned into a mini arc. But I think there will be more mini arcs in the future, and I know for a fact that we will see these heroes again. I'm sure down the line. This is tonight. We don't have anything going on tomorrow night, but on Tuesday night we have another episode of Wonder. In the current story arc revolving around Wonderland, the group made a really good decision. They went with their gut, they followed their heart, and they stood up for the little guy. And sometimes they stood up for the big guy. Sometimes that works out really well. Sometimes when you stand up for somebody, the room that you're standing up for that person in is filled with enemies. Each of those enemies is holding a dagger. You're low on health and hit points and spell slots.
Okay.
But yep. So that's going to be on Tuesday. It's going to be a good time, at least for me. So tune in for that on Tuesday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Nothing going on Wednesday. However, on Thursday night, we go back to the Lost Isle. The group is sitting down to have dinner with Mr. Tesla. This is our combination of sci-fi and D&D. It's a great group of heroes and adventurers that travel through time, righting wrongs, hoping that each leap will be the leap home. No, that's something else. But it's close to that. So that's on Thursday. On Friday, we go to Neverland. where we have a group of heroes that are in the same storybook settings that you would see Peter Pan and Tinkerbell and all of that fun stuff. Thank you, Glassfrog42. But the heroes are currently fighting against a giant mother mimic that seeks to take over Neverland. So it's a lot of fun for that too. Stay tuned to the Discord for some upcoming one-shots. I've had some ideas, and this group is giving me some ideas about arcs and things like of that sort that I don't have to do just one-shots. I could do a couple of little mini arcs here and there spread throughout. But I will post those in the recruitment channel. I think that's it for upcoming schedule. Do you guys have anything you want to plug? Any projects, podcasts, anything like that? No? All right.
I mean, normally so many things.
Right now, we're all in a state of rest. How about this? I want to plug a project. My project is wishing our very own V a very happy birthday. Didn't get the like crazy awesome weekend, but like V, happy birthday, man. My gift to you as a DM is, buddy, I'm granting you DM inspiration. One time tonight, buddy, you get an automatic reroll. Okay, that is my gift to you. So DM inspiration, you use that reroll whenever you need it. Happy birthday, V, man. Thank you for joining the Indigo Chameleon family, and we'll get some food and drinks when we can all hang out together. Okay.
Correct.
All right. Once upon a time, with the crew of the Archimedes 5, headed by their brave Captain Arashi. Their brave pirate Captain Arashi. The group has been working together to solve a series of robberies / murders that have beset this small pirate town in Neverland. After a faithful meeting with the mayor of this town, the governor, upon which any information that could be gleaned was gleaned, and any goods that could have been taken were taken, the group set forth to learn about a mysterious being that lived beneath the town. After some help from a friendly alchemist, they were able to discern the whereabouts of this creature, and after speaking to their good goblin captain buddy, they narrowed down their search to the well at the center of the town. After a very ingenious plan involving surrounding the well and waiting for something to happen, something did in fact happen, and a golem appeared holding what was the body of the alchemist in his hands, much to Captain Arashi's dislike and thumbs down. However, they were able to track down a way down into the well, and that is where we are going to pick up with tonight's adventure. So heroes, you find yourselves at the bottom of this well, little handhelds leading you to what appears to be a solid door cut into the foundation of the rock itself. It is still somewhat dark outside. However, thanks to your mechanical owl buddy, you are able to see fairly well from where you are. His eyes still illuminated with the spell that caused them to light up to illuminate the battlefield for those of you that did not have dark vision. Until you instruct him otherwise, he is going to continue to light the path for those of you that do not have dark vision. Okay, he was sent away, but like all true heroes, he decided to stay behind.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. He's a good mechanical boy. So yes, what would you like to do?
So you said there's a door in front of us?
There is. The door in front of you looks to be carved into the stone itself. The mechanism to open the door is somewhat strange looking. I need one person to volunteer to take the lead on this one. I would recommend somebody that's got a decent investigation skill.
I was gonna cast Find Traps.
I have decent investigation.
Or Detect Magic.
You could do that as well if you'd like. Detect magic, if it's not the, you can use a spell slot, but if you're casting the ritual, it's going to take a little bit of time.
Well, let me see. Let's see. Find traps is instantaneous. I think I'm gonna cast find traps.
Okay. You take a second to find traps. This spell will basically locate the presence of any trap within range of sight of you. And you do indeed catch a ping on the door. You don't know where it is exactly, but it tells you within range of sight there is a trap close by.
Okay, I'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You see once again the subtle glow of your fellow teammates as bits of their magic items catch in the glow. You see a little bit of glow come from Archimedes himself, but you also see a fair bit of magic coming from the door itself. The stone door in front of you, does not have a traditional opening latch on it. Instead, there is what appears to be a round hole, big enough for a hand to fit in, or something else. But that door, that hole is the only sort of thing attached to the door. You catch, you catch a fair bit of necromancy coming from the door itself.
Okay, I relay all of this to everyone in the group.
The door is also trapped. She looks like she just still doesn't. She's not happy with you guys, but she's telling you anyway. She looks like she's a little kid throwing a fit. Just it's trapped. Put your hand in it. See what happens.
You're gonna stick your hand.
I want to apologize for losing my temper with you when you struck me with lightning. It is beneath samurai to act in such a way. I have a rage inside of me, as obviously so do you. But I am sorry for my behavior.
Okay, apology accepted. Let's figure out this door.
Did I hear you correctly? Did you stick your hand inside the hole? No. Okay.
No.
Cool.
Their hand inside the door. To be clear, no one has put their hand in the door.
Nope. I'm just double checking.
DM over there. Did someone put their hand in the door?
I'm just
Anyone
curious.
Find and remove the trap. Anyone good at that?
That would be an investigation check.
It would be to identify exactly where the trap is.
I only have a +1.
I have a -1, but I'll roll.
I'll give V guidance since he seems to be the one with best investigation.
I have a +6, yeah.
So roll a d20, add your 6, and then roll a d4 and add that because I'm giving you guidance.
I got a 12 plus my 6. So you're looking at 18 for the d20.
All right.
And then you said a d4, right?
Yeah,
add a d4.
I have the
I got a
spell.
4.
You got a 4?
22.
I'm a d4.
Okay. 22 total. So Elog, you kind of push through the group, which is slowly having to do this kind of like odd shuffle at the bottom of the well as people switch places and examine the door and then kind of shuffle around, because some members of the group are on the smaller side, but other ones are not. So it's a little cramped here in this space. But Elog, you are able to push your way forward. The hole that you see in front of you is hard to look through. But through the process of elimination and after inspecting the entire area, you realize that whatever the trap is inside this hole, but you are unable to look through it because of the darkness inherent in it. And no matter how you are able to maneuver, no matter how the light shines into this space, that hole, for some reason, is not being illuminated.
Takashi's going to climb up, chop an arm off of the golem, and bring it back down and stick it in the hole.
Okay. All right.
I approve. I approve this message.
This group is many things. Conventional, they are not. Top goes 2 seconds and goes back up top. It comes back down and in full Rocket Raccoon mode, like, I'm gonna need that dude's arm. Like, comes down with the golem's arm. The arm is somewhat large, but with a breaking off of a few fingers from the side, you are able to place the arm inside of the hole. A sickly green glow begins to emanate from the hole itself, and you see, as you hold on to the arm begins to age, Takashi. Like the rock looks like it's been beaten down over years and years and years of being out in the sun. Some of the color that was inherent in this brown clay begins to gray, as if it has been left out and weathered for far too long, until it turns into a fine gray dust in your hand.
Don't put your hand in there.
We can see that.
Did someone say they have Dispel Magic?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my suggestion.
Yeah. She just wanted to see what would happen. Let me find it. Here we go.
Okay.
She's going to just kind of like walk and be like, "Are you finished?"
All yours.
Okay. And she's gonna walk up and cast Dispel Magic.
Okay. What magical effect are you trying to end here? I believe with Dispel Magic, you are specifying. I don't know if it's a blanket.
The death thing. The
The necromancy.
Okay.
I want that to go away.
Okay. You gather your magical prowess. I think you might have to roll for this. Stand by.
It says you can choose an object or magical effect.
Okay.
Yep.
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect for each spell. Oh, okay. On the target. Okay. You're ending the necromantic effect. I need you to give me an ability check and add your spell casting ability modifier to that. Unless, what level are you casting this at, Arashi?
Third
level. Yeah, I need a ability check here.
Okay, I rolled a 13 plus. Where's my spell casting? I'm using wisdom, so that's plus 2.
Okay.
40, 50.
So.
It says 15. Wait, it says 10 plus the spell's level.
Yes. So.
Yeah, so that would be 13. So I got a 15.
15. You outstretch your hand, the druidic energy of the earth swirling at your feet and swirling around you and coming forth from your hand to counter the effects of this necromantic energy. And it's an interesting sight as the sickly green glow of this necromantic spell meets the bright, vibrant green of Arashi's energy. As these two bits of color begin to swirl about, there is a a feeling of warm air as the spell surrounding this particular object is dispelled, and you can suddenly see inside of the hole a simple lever carved with arcane runes on it.
This is why I'm the captain. Who wants to stick their hand in now? I do the hard work. You stick your hand in now.
If nobody moves to do it, I will.
Carlin, give me a constitution. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're fine. You stick your hand inside and you pull the lever. As you pull the lever, the door begins to slide into the stone basin of the well. Wrong lever! As the door begins to slide forth, it opens up into a darkened set of stairs which lead ever downward below the city. The faint smells of what you can only assume to be rotten meat waft like come up out of this space as the door is opened, and a set of bones is on the set of stairs directly in front of you. The body is outstretched. It is still wearing the studded leather armor that it was wearing upon its death, but the bones are laid across the stairs as such that the feet are up at the top of the stairs and the body is laying down and sort of pointing in that direction down the stairs. Does that make sense?
Spooky.
It's like face down.
Yeah.
You should watch our backs going down the staircase, yes?
Is there any residual magic that I can still detect in the room?
Not in the room. Nothing lights up. You take a second to look at this. A passing glance of the skeletal remains reveal it to be non-magical.
Okay.
Can I examine the body to see?
Absolutely.
If I can
give me an investigation.
Of it?
And what are you looking for, pal? Are you looking to see if there's anything on it? Are we just examining the body? One's an investigation, the other one's a medicine check.
It's well, you said it's a skeleton, right?
It is.
I'm more looking for seeing what's on the body and to see if we can get some clue as to who this is, possibly.
That's an investigation check.
Or a marker, yeah. I rolled a 10.
10.
And I gave a +1, so 11.
Sorry, I just read Magnoth's comment in the chat. Looking at the necromantic lever. Why do we even have that lever? A 10.
No, 11 total.
11 total. Well, that changes things. You're looking at the body, and most of what it was wearing at the time has been picked clean. It's still wearing like clothing, but the clothing that it was wearing is all mildewed and turned into rags. You see the remnants of the studded leather. With a 10, you search the body, going through all of the pockets. The only thing that you find upon it is tucked in a small pocket in the pants is a vial. Not too unsimilar to the vial that you found once before, and a white powder inside of the vial.
Ooh, we found that before.
All right. I will take that.
Okay.
And then, is there any kind of an insignia on the armor or anything, or is there a crest or anything like that?
None that you can see. None with an 11.
Have a necklace, silver necklace.
Funnily enough, as you go digging through the body itself, you do find a silver necklace akin to the pirates that you have found. You imagine this to be one of the pirates that was killed or wandered too close to the well or was disposed of in such a manner as to be left right here.
Cool.
I want to check out the skull. Does it look like the skull has had its brain sucked out?
Medicine check, Takashi.
I rolled a 4. It doesn't matter.
What is brain? It is there. The skull has been caved in. How about this? There is a large hole, but trying to glean any sort of medicinal knowledge about how it was done or what did it is just kind of beyond you in the current situation.
There's a hole in the head.
Good
This
job.
guy is definitely dead. Good job, team.
So, Bugbear, are you going down the steps?
You want me to go first?
I
I
go
think
in
you
the
got
back.
better vision down here, Drow. I'll walk right
You guys-
behind you, okay? And if you run into trouble, you can run behind me, okay?
As they start arguing, and I'm just going to start walking. It's like, oh.
I think the image of Elog and Talk having this conversation and you walking right in between them and heading down the stairs is too good to pass up. Okay. I need a marching order, kids. Once again, Carlon is sort of leading the way. Who is right behind Carlon?
I'll be behind the Bugbear.
I guess I'll go behind Carlon.
All right. Talk. Elog.
I was gonna go behind him, but I was gonna suggest that
go in front of me.
Well, I was gonna suggest that you go in the back because this guy got hit from behind, so we need someone strong in the back.
Okay.
Also, she's got the light, so.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So
I'll go second from the back.
Okay, but this is turned
So
into
Talk
a
and I'll
word.
take the back.
Got it. Okay, but the fox can't go across with the hens because it'll eat the hens. But I can't put the corn with the. Okay, got it. So
I can solve that.
Carlon.
Can I get vision?
Rosh.
Do you have dark
Is it
vision?
Joe the one who has dark vision?
I have dark vision.
I have dark vision. I'm a drow.
I don't.
I'm a cat.
I'm a cat.
And a meow 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 and a meow meow meow. Okay, perfect. So, Carlon, you are leading the group. Archimedes is floating above Captain Arashi's shoulder. Excuse me, and lighting the way for all of you. Because she's right in the middle, it's going to be enough light to illuminate the area. As you are walking down these steps, what is... Explain to me how you're doing this. Are we somewhat cautious? Are we paying attention? Are we... What are we... How are we doing this?
I'm paying attention around my surroundings, definitely, and I have one of my swords out.
Okay. So Elog's got a sword out, and he's sort of paying attention to his surroundings. Carlon?
I mean, cautiously, but not necessarily stealthily.
That's fair. Okay. You all begin to walk down the stairs with Carlon taking the lead. Carlon, I'm going to do this. Give me a perception check. This is just going to represent how aware of your surroundings you are.
17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Carlon.
B. Perceptive. B. Perceptive.
You get to a certain point, and you notice that the coloration on a particular wall that you are approaching, walking down these stairs, which seem to go on for quite some time, the coloration of a wall that you have yet to pass in front of you is a little off. While many of the stone walls have a bit of mildew on them, they're more of a darker gray, this particular wall looks pristine. The mildew and plants around the area that naturally grow around places like this do not touch this wall for what appears to be a 5 by 5 section of the wall on either side. Does this make sense? So think like stairway, but like a 5 by 5 on each side. The wall is a pristine gray, as if it was just placed in yesterday.
gonna kind of point that out and be like, y'all think this is a little bit too clean for this?
How long has it been now? Like, is his detect magic still running? I think it lasts like 10 minutes.
It does last 10 minutes. I would say, you know what? No, I would say that this the detect magic is still going, and this portion of the wall, both portions of the wall, light up for you, Elog. They have the faint magical aura of I'm gonna say conjuration magic.
Conjuration magic. All right, guys. You pass this, something's gonna come out of thin air and mess with you. That's what I'm thinking.
Is the discoloration going floor to ceiling?
Yeah, I will. The floor, not so much. The floor is the same, but the ceiling is the same pristine coloration as the two walls.
Arashi's gonna pick up a rock and throw it at the wall.
Okay. You hear, what is the... And the rock flies past as you all hear this voice echo out. It gets out the words, what is the... And as the rock goes sailing past that portion of the wall, there is a bolt of electricity that flies forth from the wall and hits the rock, pulverizing it into dust.
You're welcome, everyone. There's a lightning wall.
So, I'm gonna step closer to the area and see if the voice comes back, because it sounded like it was saying maybe what is the password or something like that.
Indeed, Mannheim, as you nimbly bimbly like a cat creep forward and get close to the wall, you hear, what is the password?
Anyone
Now,
got
it's
the password?
been a while. I can't remember. Did we figure out the password? It's been so long. I can't remember.
What is your quest?
No, we don't have a password.
What is the airspeed of an African swallow? I don't think so.
Did you?
No.
What was on the little piece of paper that you found in the pocket?
Oh, I found a piece of paper in the pocket too, or just the.
Oh, yeah,
another
you found
vial.
a vial. Just
You found a vial.
Let's see. I didn't think I found a piece of paper.
Examine.
Unless I missed something.
Right.
Maybe it has something to do with the moon people?
I don't think they're allowed in here, but.
Let me look at my spells.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of to do is do another dispel magic, because I can't remember if we found anything anywhere to help.
I'll make this easier for you. I do not think in the course of your journey you have found anything relating to or concerning a path. This is not a clerical error on your part.
Cool.
Maybe it'll answer us. I'm gonna call out to it. Why are you hiding? Come out here and show your face. Right? Yeah.
Persuasion check, Arashi.
What?
Persuasion. Roll persuasion.
Can I give her guidance?
You can give her guidance.
Let me see. My persuasion is.
Add a d4.
That's 6 or 9. That's 9 plus 0.
Plus a d4.
Oh, plus a d4. Okay. That's a 1. 10. Oh, but I have the plus 5 from last week to a roll.
You do have the plus 5 if you'd like to use that.
It would be a 15. Do you think that's worth it?
15's a good roll.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I can use it. 15.
There is a bit of a stammer that seems to come from the wall and says, I I do not come out. I am the wall. What?
Oh, so you're a captain. Okay, that's fine. If you're scared, you can stay in there. You know.
No, I am not scared. I'm the guardian of this. What is the password?
You're a scared guardian. That's what I'm hearing right now. Why are you so scared? Come on the top of that.
I'm not frightened. I serve a specific function.
You'll be scared and hide behind the wall. Okay, it's okay. You don't have to be embarrassed that you're scared of us.
I understand. She is very scary.
Yes. She kind of puffs up and her little thin ear things go.
There is a faint crackle of electricity close to Mannheim as all of his fur begins to stand up a little bit, as it seems to be a charge collecting on the wall itself closest to him.
Whoa, big tough guy gonna shoot us with lightning without even coming out to show us his face. Okay. Persuasion check.
I will make some room.
You made one of those already.
I will make some room for the electrical charge. I'll step away from it a little bit.
Okay.
Say, well, are you going to show yourself or not? We just want to talk. We're not going to hurt you. You're the wall. Why would we hurt you?
There is nothing to show. There is... I do not have a physical form. I've been left here to guard this spot. There is nothing for me to manifest. Now, what...
I left you behind?
That seems really, really mean. Very unfair.
It's not fair, no.
Who did this to you?
I mean, you're just stuck in a wall all this time.
Can we help you?
Yeah, is there any way we could free you?
I don't like the thought of you being stuck here, friend. That's not right.
Not fair.
The wall becomes contemplative for a time, and then begins to... I have never questioned my lot in life. I was left behind to guard this spot. I merely wait for those to give the password, and then...
And haven't you ever wanted more?
There's a whole world up there.
Tell you what, I assume the person responsible for this is further down the hallway?
Yes.
Why don't you let us through? We'll take care of the situation, then you can go do whatever you want to do. You don't have to worry about just guarding a wall and being left behind. You can have your own life.
You could be part of a tavern where people show up
or an inn,
talk, and they'll talk to you. It would be nice. There's one right up there. I can carry you.
We could just speak to your manager right now and get this fixed.
You're going Karen on him right now? You're going full Karen on him. I will speak to the manager for you.
Yes.
Mannheim, using Takashi and Arashi providing advantage on this roll, I need you to give me the mother of all persuasion checks as you are persuading the trap just to not work anymore.
How's it 23?
A 23. The wall is quiet for some time and then begins to... You hear soft sobs coming from the wall itself.
I know.
I never really questioned any of it, you know. The whole thing, I'm just here supposed to be supportive, hold everything up, but what about my needs?
Exactly.
It's so unfair. You have no choice of your own.
We're here to help you. You have potential.
The funny thing is, there's actually no password. You're just supposed to say anything with confidence, and then I just assume it's right. But...
What a clever trap.
See, you're so smart. You could be doing so much more up on this surface. We will fix this for you.
You may pass. I'm going to start to work on me. I'm going to start looking inward and do an investigation check on myself.
Those are the hardest investigation checks to make, my friend.
Yeah. Thank you all. And the coloration on the wall begins to fade.
As it disappears, I'm going to cast guidance on the wall so he has a good introspective look at him.
Tell you what, I'm going to roll a
self-awareness check or something.
It's a nat one. It's a nat one on his self-awareness. He doesn't. I think that means the minute you all walk past, he goes, "What the hell am I doing? No, come back. What's the password?" That the sounds echo out as you walk past that point. You have. I never thought in a million years. I was like, lightning wall. This is great. Great. You trek downward again, some more, heading down deep into the caverns beneath the city proper. Carlon, are you back in the lead?
Yeah.
More and more and more, you begin to travel down into this space for what seems to be 10 or 15 minutes, all of you becoming somewhat weary as to how deep you are underneath the cavern itself, until the stairs stop. The only light illuminating the area around you, provided by your stalwart companion Archimedes, who shows you for the first time a very odd sight. There is a great round chamber before you. The chamber itself is lit with an eerie blue light that seems to come from several lighted stanchions around the space. Various alchemical supplies are spread throughout on meticulously well-kept workstations. Against the back wall, in the space that you can see, you see 3 very large tubes. It almost looks like coffins, if you will. But there is a frosted glass where the coffin lid would be, where it would be mostly wood or things of that sort. You see that 2 of the coffins have opened, and one of them is still closed.
Okay.
In the center of the space is a golem, unlike any that you have ever seen before. It is a giant golem made of metal, and upon its back are 3 very distinct tanks. The tanks connected to the golem by odd-looking tools and tubes that run along the length of the golem. Pop culture reference, think Bane. Okay?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay? With these tubes upon it, and with its back turned to you is a figure that seems to be standing in front of the golem, facing it.
Have they noticed us yet? Has anyone? We have the light on.
The light is on, but because Carlon is the first one to enter into the space, and Arashi is in the middle, the light has not swept fully the space yet.
I would like to tell Archimedes, "Hey, shut it off, shut it off."
And closes off the light. The room is still lit by a faint blue glow. This figure stands in this space, and through you all speaking to one another, you are able to communicate these details of the room set before you.
So we're dealing with a vampire and a golem, huh?
Let's sneak in. Yeah.
So should we just like shoot them in the back with lightning, or are we going to be sneaky about this? I need to know right now.
I like sneaky.
Okay, sneaky. Stealth mode.
Well, I do have this wand that does an AoE effect, if you'd like me to hit them with that before everyone runs in.
That's not sneaky.
Well, yeah. Let's get into position first.
then
Now,
open
can
with
we
that.
see? We can see the back of the. I guess the back of the golem is facing us. The tanks are facing us.
So the golem is facing you. So let me. The golem is facing whatever figure is standing in front of the golem that is hooded. His back is turned. Perception checks by everybody. This is going to be a high DC, gang. I need to know if you get.
I
No.
remember writing this down that it's susceptible to ice or something.
Yes.
15.
That's why I went up that one thing.
I got a 17 plus 2, 19.
19 for Elog.
I got a 12.
12, not going to cut it. Arashi.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Talk.
Would hearing
8.
Would hearing or smell help in this situation? Because I get advantage on those perception checks.
Sure, I can incorporate that.
So it's now a 17.
So Arashi and Elog, as you guys are starting to creep into the space, being as stealthy as possible, it is Arashi and Elog who notice the figure that is standing in front of the golem is not moving. He's not adjusting it. He's not preparing it. He is almost as frozen in place as the golem itself.
Is he stone? Can we see that?
You cannot. Mannheim, you smell blood. You smell the iron in the blood coming from this figure that's standing in this space. Okay, so either he was around it, or there's some on him, or like there is something about this figure that smells.
Is this like, oh wow, we just walked into a serial killer's house amount of blood, or is this like he's been bleeding possibly and there's a cut, or is this like really?
With a 17, you smell blood.
Okay. All right, so I'll let them know.
The space is unnerving. I don't think any of you have seen, like, there's all sorts of odd tools and bottles and things of that sort. There's the 3 sort of glass coffins against the wall, and the golem itself is an imposing figure. All of your eyes are darting, no matter where you look in this room, all roads lead to Rome. All of your sights lead back to this golem.
Do we see any blood stains or anything on the floor or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Is there cover around here?
There are 4 pillars spread throughout the circular room.
So we
with the golem at the center of it.
Can I get to a pillar that will be at least to the back or the side of the golem?
You can if you give me a stealth check and it doesn't notice you.
It was a 1. It was a nat 1. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta
live your truth. No, a nat 1 is just as good as a nat 20 in situations like this.
I have +6, but it's still a nat 1.
It's still a nat 1. I think it's funny if Takashi's like, everybody stay as quiet as you possibly can. Turns around and runs smack into a pillar. Like after turning to speak to you guys, like turns around and just head first into the pillar. A thin layer of dust falls around the area, and the figure standing in front of the golem turns around and darts its head in your direction.
Can I instantly cast out from that wand when he does that?
I would say you had the wand out.
Yeah, and I was getting ready to cast it to start off the whole action.
Sure. Give me. What are you casting from the wand?
Ice Storm.
Okay.
So it's a 20-foot cylinder.
Okay.
I'll try and get both those guys in.
You got
I
it.
have to do a DC 15 Dex check.
Okay. They are both going to fail that dex check. The figure in the space sees the ice storm manifesting and does nothing to avoid the hit. The golem is not activated.
All right, so that does 4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And 17 cold damage.
21 total?
Yes. 4 bludgeoning and 17 cold.
Okay. Things kick off at a frantic pace, kids. The first thing that happens is the Mind Flayer continuing its turn around and looking at you, and it mouthing the words, "Thank you," as the ice enfolds it, causing it to fall to the ground dead. The second thing that happens is the ice striking the golem, and you see the tanks immediately light up with arcane runes. All of them kicking on at once. The tanks, each of them glowing a different color. One red, one white, and one silver. As the glass case at the back of the room opens up. I wanted to thank you as your resident alchemist comes out, stepping out of the coffin and saying, "It took so long to convince the idiots that lived in this town of the mean creature that walked its streets. I went through at least 2 simulacrums in order to convince the people of this town that the poor, weak alchemist I was being robbed from when I was using my own materials to bring this beautiful, beautiful creature to life. Thank you for the ice I needed to activate it. Now, dear, please destroy them as quickly as possible. Everyone roll initiative for me.
I'm going to kill this thing.
We were tricked.
I rolled a 19.
I'm going to roll for my beautiful, beautiful boy who has an extra 21 hit points from the ice damage.
Great.
So we hit points?
No, he's got way more than that.
Wait, you said he has
He gets an
extra.
extra.
Yep. 20 to 25.
Because the alchemist told us he was weak to it when Elliot powered it up.
Oh, well, with my +3 to initiative, I have a 22.
22 for Eli. 20 to 15.
15.
Go ahead and roll off for me, Arashi. Roll a d20.
19. Plus our initiative?
Nope, just a straight roll.
Oh, 19.
19. Okay, you're going first. So the captain goes first.
Oh boy. Let me look at my thing.
That was 20 to 15, 15 to 10.
14.
You two roll off.
He can go. I'm not worried about it.
Mannheim, followed by Carlon. Last, but certainly not least.
4!
Mister, I need some new dice.
I'm not using that die anymore. That one is done. I'm doing 20 right now.
All right. You gotta love your dice. You take the good, you take the bad, you take both, and then you have the facts of life. Elog, you are up first. Before you is a giant golem, and behind him in a glass coffin is a very familiar looking face who was monologuing, as any good villain is ought to do.
So I'm gonna cast haste upon myself, and I'm gonna cast. Then after that, I'm casting my my dancing blades, my
blade song.
Blade song.
Does it take an action or a
And
bonus action to activate your blade song, Elog?
It's a bonus action.
To activate your blade song?
Yep.
All right. You
It is a
activate
bonus action.
you activate your blade song with your bonus action. The magic manifesting around Elog as you also cast haste upon yourself, upping your AC to be some obscene number.
I think it's like 20.
No, he
20.
also gets a +5 from the blade song, or another
Yeah.
plus because of the blade song itself.
Yeah, I think
So,
that. Yeah, he's at 20 something.
Yeah. All right. That is
And
your
then-
action. That is your bonus action, and I think you have one more action because of haste.
I'm gonna cast the.
Oh, you can't cast another spell.
Can't cast another one. buddy.
No, I have a dagger that I can throw and teleport directly to that person. So I'm going to throw my dagger at past the golem to the
alchemist.
Yes, alchemist.
Okay. Give me an attack throw. He's got a bit of cover because the golem is in front of him, so his AC is going to go up a little bit. But give me an attack throw with the dagger.
Okay. I rolled a 17 on my d20, and then 1d4 plus 3.
And what's your plus to hit?
Plus 6.
So 23 to hit.
23 to hit is going to hit the coffin itself, where he is speaking from. Go ahead and roll the 1d4 and add 3 to that.
3 plus 3, 6.
6. 6 points of damage to this coffin as the dagger goes flying through the space, and you see Elog transported to where the coffin is as he stands over it. That, I believe, is your turn, correct, buddy?
Yeah, that's correct.
Elog, that's your turn. Arashi.
How far away is the coffin
From
us?
I'm going to say the coffin is 50 feet away from everyone.
Okay.
You
And
can-
how far away is the golem?
You can run around the golem in order to get to the coffin. The coffin, it's a circular room, so it's 25 feet if you were to run straight to the golem, another 25 to the coffin.
She is going to bonus action Misty Step over to the coffin and run the rest of the way that it takes to get there.
Okay.
And then for my action, are you allowing using a bonus action as a spell and casting a spell, or?
So I'm using the rules as wrote. One of the spells has to be a cantrip, and one of the spells has to have a bonus action qualifier to it. So like,
This is a bonus action spell.
Bonus action for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would be able to cast a cantrip for your action.
Okay. So then I am going to cast. A cantrip of Thunderclap on the coffin.
On the coffin itself. Okay.
Is going to Misty Step and sprint over to it.
Perfect.
Put her hand on it, like where he can, like where his face would be, and just electrocute it.
Okay.
Be like, you lied to me.
Okay. Give me, this is an attack roll. Give me an attack roll against the coffin itself.
He needs to take a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
It's a con save of 13.
I'm going to say, go ahead and roll damage for me then.
Okay. 6. It's just 1d6, so 6 points of thunder damage.
6 points of thunder damage as you outstretch your hands, and they feel somewhat cold against the coffin itself as the face behind it begins to smile at you and actually gives you a small wave goodbye as you cast this spell at it. It is now the Golem's turn, who is going to walk forward. While it does, you see the tank on its back that is red. Actually, what does it want to do? Yep. The red tank on its back begins to alight, and it screams out in pain as its body is infused with the brimstone. It's going to take some damage as it infuses itself. And then, as it strides forward, it is going to breathe out a noxious form of gas out at Mannheim, Takashi, and Karlon. Karlon, I need you to go ahead and give me, let's see, give me Constitution saving throws, please.
God, natural 20.
You're going to take half damage on this.
20, not unnatural.
20, not unnatural. Okay. Karlon, what about you?
Oh, I'm sorry, 17.
17. All three of those are going to make it. That's the good news. The bad news is you guys are still going to take 16 points of poison damage as it breathes out at you, and then it is going to, stand there, and it's going to see if it gets its ability back. It does. And it is good. It's going to stand there sort of staring at the group, roaring out. That is the Golem's turn. Mannheim.
How big is this room across?
The room is incredibly large. I think I said 50 feet from where you are, past the Golem.
All right. I am going to use my feline ability to double my speed for a round. Requires no action or bonus action.
Okay.
To run 60 feet away from this thing.
Okay. It strode forward to where you were to get within the space, but I think it would have stayed a little bit further back to make sure that I got all of you with the cloud. So that's fine.
Okay. Then I'm going to, as my bonus action, hex it. Okay. And it has, let's say, disadvantage on dexterity checks.
Disadvantage on dexterity checks. Is that including saving throws?
I don't know for sure. I don't think so. I think it's just dexterity checks, but I'm not sure how that works exactly.
Okay.
But then I'm going to use my action to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Oh.
Give me some Eldritch Blast.
That is a 26 to hit.
Okay. What sort of damage is this?
Force damage.
Force damage.
And it's also going to do extra necrotic damage because of Hex.
Okay. You got it.
So it's going to take 4 force damage and 6 necrotic on the first hit. And I got to make another attack roll for the second shot.
You do.
The second one is a 10.
The 10, unfortunately, is going to miss. He's a big, beefy boy, but he's not that easy to hit.
Cool, and that's my turn.
All right. That is Mannheim's turn. Karlon.
I'm going to use my bonus action to chug that potion of Fire Giant Strength.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I'm going to hit it twice. Just
do it.
Strikes. One of them is a natural 20, and one of them is a 14.
Nice.
The 14 is not going to hit. The natural 20 is.
Okay.
You're going to roll double damage on
Hold on. Is that 14 including your new Fire Giant Strength to hit?
I rolled a 4, so yes.
Oh, I was like, plus a lot now.
That's going to be 17 bludgeoning damage.
17. Oof, a doof.
From one punch.
You guys watch as Carlon comes forward, and as he does, his fists are a blur as he pounds into this, and there's this resounding gong from where his fist impact the metal. Takashi. Oh wait, no. Bonus action. Are you done, Carlon?
I'm done.
You're good. Takashi.
I want to try and swoop around and fire. I'm going to do bonus action fighting spirit, so I get advantage. Fire 2 arrows into the tank. What tank? Yeah, the silver tank.
Yep.
Red tank. We just saw what the red tank does.
Red,
silver, red, and white.
Silver and white.
And there's still a lot of fluid in the silver, in the red one after you use that?
Red, it's hard to tell because it's like the tank is not a clear. Like there is red liquid inside of it, but you're not sure how much is in there as it's kind of sloshing around. Especially with I'm gonna say, especially with Carlon beating it, like that liquid is kind of moving around. Give me a perception.
Go for the
perception check as a free action.
Perception, nice. 23.
Yeah. There's still a decent amount in there, dude. Like he's still got a couple of punches. Like he's still got some stuff left in the tank, in the red tank.
All right. Can I fire one at each?
Yeah, absolutely.
1 arrow at each. So I'm going to do 1 arrow at the red, 1 arrow at the silver.
Okay. Give me attack rolls.
Oh, and I'm going to use my sharpshooter feat too, which would reduce my to hit by 5, but add 10 damage.
Next time, tell me before you take that shot, okay? Because it's important. Yes. Like, yeah.
Still got 1 more. Oh, and that's a nat 20. The first one is a 17, and the second one is a nat 20.
Both of those hit. Roll damage.
There we go. 8 and a 3. So 1 will get. One's going to do 15, and 1 is going to do 23.
Which of the tanks takes the 15, and which takes the 23?
I'm going to do 15 to the red, and then 23 to the other, to the silver.
23 to the silver. Okay. As you fire out the arrows, they clang into the sides of it. You see a small trickle of the red liquid begin to come out, and a larger trickle of liquid coming out of the silver tank. It's not enough to diminish it completely, but you've created a leak in both sides of the tank. But well done.
And then whatever movement I have left, take cover behind a pillar if I can.
Yeah. I'll say you kind of situate yourself behind the pillar. Then you will, from inside the glass coffin, I need... Arashi to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
It's a 16.
Okay.
I add my wisdom plus 6, so that's 22. Wait, 16. 22.
You managed to fight off of whatever spell was being cast out from inside the coffin itself, as you feel the workings of a magic start to take hold of your mind, and you are able to push it away from you.
She's going to look right into my eyes and say, I am going to kill you.
You can certainly try.
I'm going to kill you.
Elog. It is now your turn.
How many minutes has passed during this?
6 seconds.
I want to know if 6 seconds. So haste is still on.
Yeah, that'll be on for 10 rounds.
I'm going to attack the glass on the coffin because you said there's a glass, frozen glass.
Yeah.
With my sword, with the back of my sword, I'm going to try to break the glass with the back of my sword to get in there to
do it. Give me an attack roll.
That's a 1d8.
No, roll a d20 to attack first.
Yeah,
to roll to hit.
I rolled a 14.
Yes, yeah, it's a low DC. It's a stationary coffin, but it's still pretty sturdy.
Okay.
Roll damage.
And then 8.
8 points of damage as you take the hilt of your sword and just slam it, and you see the first of fissures appear on the surface of the coffin, and there's a tiny look of worry upon the man's face as those first tiny fissures of a crack appear on the surface of the coffin.
I want to.
You get another attack and then a bonus action attack with your offhand if you want still.
Yeah. Firebolt is a cantrip, so I can cast that without having to like actually say, hey, I'm going to cast it and then cast it next round.
Yeah, you know what? I think you are able to do that. If you would like to do that instead, you're more than welcome to. I think with haste, you get a whole other action. And so if you want to cast Firebolt here, you can. You're a little close up on it. You'd have to take a few steps backwards so as not to incur the... Is this Firebolt or Fireball?
It's Firebolt.
Firebolt. Got it. Yeah, give me an attack roll.
Yeah, and the attack roll. A 19.
No, 19 hits. Give me 2d10 of fire damage.
Plus 6. So I'm going to roll 2d10.
You're not adding 6 to this. That plus 6 is just a hit. It's not to damage.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, then I would have had a... Because I rolled a 19 plus 6.
Yeah, you would have had a hit. 25, I think.
Yeah. It rolled to 18. 2d10, 18, and then
18 points of fire damage.
Yep.
All right. As that coffin gets engulfed in flames for a second.
I was actually shooting at the actual mirror, the glass that he has. Is it only
the glass coffin lid?
The glass coffin lid. Can I shoot it just at the glass coffin lid?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I want to shoot it at the coffin lid and not the whole coffin.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that all of it looks pretty sturdy, but for the moment, his vision is somewhat obscured as you wreath it in flames. Okay, Elog?
Okay.
All right. That is your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Arashi.
What's the coffin made of?
Ice. At least upon cursory glance. If you'd like to take a bonus action to investigate and try to figure out exactly what it is.
The coffin, you just said it's made out of ice?
Yes.
Or it looks like it's made out of ice?
It appears to be made out of ice.
Arashi, all I'm going to say is from your vantage point, it's cold and it looks and it appears as if it is made out of ice.
Okay. I am going to cast Flaming Sphere.
Okay.
At it. Well, they need to make a dexterity saving throw.
What is the radius for Flaming Sphere?
5-foot sphere.
A 5-foot sphere. So you're just centering this flaming sphere upon the coffin itself.
Yep.
Okay. I'm about this. Mercs of Mischief, thank you guys so much for the raid. You caught us just in time for a battle. Thanks for joining us, gang. We are happy to have you. It's going to fail its dex save.
I would like to have it like spawn, I guess, inside of the coffin.
Okay. I I can't have it spawn inside of the coffin. I think it's a great idea. Hi guys, thank you so much. Thank you. You guys are the best.
Wow, it's stupid. I hate him.
But go ahead and roll damage for me.
7 points of fire damage.
7 points of fire damage. As even more fissures appear on the coffin lid itself. That is Arashi's turn.
I'm going to keep it up.
Okay. So with this, it is now the Golem's turn. Hi, Carlon. It's going to start swinging away. So what it does is this giant golem with the tanks on its back lets out another guttural scream as the white tank seems to empty a bit. The red color that was infusing it seems to dissipate as it is now filled with these odd crystals that begin to coalesce on the fist of the creature and all along the body. Think the creature from Frozen, that big ice creature that as it screams, the spikes appear on it.
Marshmallow.
Marshmallow. It's going to take 2 hits on you, pal. Ooh, okay. That is going to be a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. You are going to take... 27 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
That is the first attack. It's going to take its second attack. That's a nat 20.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. Oof a doof. Okay. So I got to roll some dice. This thing takes its hand and slams it down on top of you, and as you dodge to the side, hoping to mitigate some of the blow that slams into your side, bits of the crystal sticking out of your skin, it brings its other hand down to the side, slamming into an uppercut against your throat as some of those spikes angle into your jaw. With that, you're going to take... Oh my god.
Oh,
Carlon.
You're going to take another 40 points of bludgeoning damage. As this thing hits you, like I said, one punch right to the neck, the golem screaming out a guttural roar as all of these icicles embed themselves in your chest. With that, I also need you to give me a strength saving throw, please.
Well, I mean, like I had 5 hit points and then you hit me, so like.
Okay, so Carlon's down, and as Carlon falls to unconsciousness, it picks Carlon up by the foot and holds it at its side like a club. Carlon's body.
Oh Jesus!
Savage.
And just turns around, turning its back to the group, trying to keep an eye on the group that's hitting the coffin and the group's firing at it. That is the golem's turn. Manhunt.
That was savage as flip.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna pop it with 2 more Eldritch Blasts, and then make sure I run as far away from it as possible.
Yes. Hello, know your role. Hello, all you wonderful, wonderful people. Wanderer, yes, combat everywhere. Give me attack rolls for those Eldritch Blasts.
So the first one is 15 to hit.
15 does not hit. As you see bits of that ice that formed around its body break off as that Eldritch Blast slams into it, almost as if in game terms its AC has raised as well.
Okay, the next one was a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
All right. Where are my dice? It's gonna take 4 points of force damage and 1 point of necrotic.
Okay. 4 points of force, 1 point of necrotic. Got it.
And 30 feet away from him. So I should be about 70 to 80 feet by now, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, the road.
It's not that. It's only 50 feet.
Yeah. Manheim has run out of the building, just like you guys got it.
He's like, "Don't do it."
Okay. Manheim, that is your turn, Carlon. Carlon, give me your first death saving throw, please.
First successful, Carlon. We want your first successful
Yeah.
saving throw.
Okay.
Rolled a 1.
As in a nat one.
Uh-huh.
Carlon automatically goes down 2 death saving throws on his turn, rolling a nat 1 on his death saving throws as this thing is holding him at his side and just occasionally scraping Carlon against the floor, like behind it as it's like holding a club in its hands. You see the life draining from Carlon.
I'm sorry, it's the mayor.
Okay, that's Carlon's turn. Takashi.
Oh, okay. All right. So there are 3 coffins. You guys smashing? You haven't destroyed a single one yet? Is there?
We're trying.
Only
smashing
one
the
that's
one
not open. The other 2 are open already.
Only the one.
Yeah.
The one.
All right. Yeah, I guess Talk's gonna. No, I got to keep this guy occupied. I'm gonna fire. I'm gonna do an action surge, and my final
samurai thing.
Fighting spirit. Yeah. All right. I'm going all out.
Blow it.
A burst of energy comes forth as the bugbear, seeing his friend held like some sort of commonplace weapon, screams out a returning roar and unleashes the hounds of hell upon this golem.
I've got to do my my sharpshooter feat as well.
Okay.
So
it'll be a plus 10 to damage, but a minus to the attack rolls.
Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I'm still going to do it because I already said I was.
Okay.
I got a 22 on the first one.
A 22 hits.
I got a 10 on the second.
The 10 is going to miss.
I got an 18 on the third.
The 18 is barely going to hit, but it is going to hit.
And I got a nat 20 on the last one.
We are nat 20 hot, baby. Now's the time to get them. Yes. So double damage for that particular one. So you're going to roll 3 sets of damage dice. But the last one, are these all just into the golem itself? Are we aiming for tanks?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna shoot all. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at. I had 3 hits, so I'm gonna shoot each of the tanks, I guess.
Okay. Know your roll. Great. Oh my God, we need to steal that. All those like nat 20 symbols. That's great.
All right. So we've got 17, 13, 23 for the first one.
23 for the. I'm gonna take this as 23 for red tank.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just rolled. I got 24 for the second.
24 for the white tank.
And then 22 for the third.
22 for the third. And you doubled the damage on that last one?
Oh, the third one actually with the double, that's 12 plus 5, 17 plus 10, 27 on the last one.
All right. 27. The red tank, the hole that it already had a small amount trickling out of, grows even larger as you see the tank is now more than halfway diminished. I'm going to say that's a large enough hit compared to the second one that the white tank also begins to go. It looks like there's 1 charge left in the white tank, and a hole appears in the silver tank as well. So, Takashi, I've got good news. You got his attention. Okay.
Good. I'm gonna run back the other way and scream, "Come and get me!" Back toward the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see the gentleman inside. It is now the alchemist's turn as he looks at you, Captain Arashi, and leans forward, pressing his face up against the glass, and says, "One of your friends has already fallen. How many more will have to fall? I offer this once and one time only. Take him, take the rest of your companions, leave this town, leave this place, and don't ever come back, and I shall spare your lives." That is how he spends his turn.
A very hairy, gigantic bugbear middle finger rises as I run toward the column near the door.
You got it. That is his turn. That's all he is going to do.
Wait. He has to make a dexterity saving throw again because he ended his turn in the sphere.
Got it. The coffin is not going to make its. He's sort of constricted. Go ahead and roll damage as that flaming sphere begins to grow hotter and hotter.
That is 10 points. She's going to lean in close, extend her middle finger as well, and just make the flames get hotter. And she's got like a maniacal smile, like she is gone.
Gone.
She's gone.
Got it.
That never happens to her. That never happens to her.
Elog.
She's so in control of herself all the time. I don't know.
Elog, your turn.
Since she's still casting fire on it, I'm not gonna try to get that damn close to it. So, I'm just gonna cast more fire at it.
Okay.
2 more since I have 2 actions.
Do it. Give me 2 more attack rolls, please, as your haste is beginning to. I would say Karlan's body gives an involuntary twitch as it makes its death saves, almost as if all of his fingers constrict except for the middle one, which seems even in death.
So
yeah.
The first roll was a 15.
15's gonna hit.
An 18.
And an
18. Second
18.
one was an 18.
All right, both hit. Roll damage as this coffin, a large piece of it begins to look like it is cracked completely, and he places a hand up against it, and you see blisters start to form on his skin as he holds the hand up against it to hold it in place.
I want you to in the mode.
It's a total of 4d10.
So 4d10 is what I'm about to roll.
Roll that 4d10.
I can just put that in there. I rolled a 30.
30 on 4d10. Dude, you are rolling hot tonight. You got that birthday love.
Hey, Wizards of the Coast, baby.
Yeah.
I'm saying they're liking me right now.
Yeah. 30 more points of fire damage as another huge chunk of it falls off, and he has to use his knees to push up against it, and he seems to be channeling some sort of energy to hold it up. It looks like one more sturdy hit is going to bring it down.
So I do have a bonus action.
You do. But you
Do you have any bonus action?
You've cast both of your spells. You can get within this flaming sphere, but you are going to take damage, my dude.
Would I have, and this is I guess out of character, would I have enough time in my speed to get Harlan's body away from the golem?
You would have time to get to it. You would not have the action to pull Karlan away from it. You've used both of your actions during this time. You would definitely have the speed because of haste, but it's going to take an action at least to wrestle this body away.
Okay, never mind. Then I just back up a little bit as the thing is flying, flaming down.
Yep. Arashi.
That's my end of my action.
You have a choice to make. Yep, it's your turn, Captain.
Oh, my choice is to heat up again and keep it on him. So, as my bonus action.
Are you sure?
That is. I don't like when a DM asks that.
All right. You got it.
What?
He's giving you the benefit of someone's unconscious. Are you sure that's what you want to do?
You're like the only one that can heal him, I think. Is I don't know if
I'm the only one. I'm the only one.
You're the only one that can heal.
That would be metagaming, and that is not what she would do right now. So I don't want to metagame.
Sure.
I'm gonna play her as her. So I wrote her the way I did.
Yeah.
She's one track. He's
Do
really extremely angry right now. He wants to watch him burn. So she is going to heat up that flaming spear again.
Okay.
And that is 8 points of fire damage.
8 points of fire
That's my
damage.
bonus action. Is it still up?
As the bonus action, you can move the sphere. Yeah, but I think it's still an action to maintain any creature that ends its turn. The creature, you can move the sphere. I don't know.
You don't have to do anything with this.
I don't think you have to do anything.
It is, right?
Yeah, you're just keeping this sphere here. Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Oh, so you can't use your action or bonus action to ignite.
You keep the sphere there. That's perfect.
Okay.
What are you doing with your action?
My action, I would like to. I'm not sure if I have my. I'm never a fighter. I always use spells, so I'm not. Actually, for my action,
You could cast a cantrip.
I was just about to say I'm going to cast a cantrip. I will do.
Actually, you can cast a full spell as long as it's not concentration, because you're just maintaining concentration. You're not casting anything.
Hey, Benny. I love
So you could.
Ben. I love you, buddy. I love you so much.
Oh, I'm not telling her what to do. I'm just letting her know that she has her full action available.
Hey, you're beautiful. Stop talking.
All right.
Well, that's what I was asking before, if with a bonus action and a regular action, because I know sometimes I've played, I can't do two spell things. One has to be a physical and one has to be a spell.
Sure, yeah. So one has to be an action and the other one has to have the bonus action, and one of those spells has to be a cantrip.
Okay, then she's gonna cast Thunderclap cantrip at it again.
Thunder.
And he can't move. 6! That's 6 points of thunder.
Okay. Okay. So I think what this means is, because you're centering it on the coffin itself, and you're doing a burst of thunderous sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away. But the range is just the 5-foot center. So he needs to make a Constitution saving throw. He makes it. He makes the con save. I don't think he takes any damage on the cantrip. Okay. Yeah, because it's a 17 on the die. So you cast that thunderous, and there's a and everybody in the cavern hears this thunderous wave as the last bits of the glass surrounding the coffin shatter. And
they turn and they see 2 middle fingers in the air while there's fire and ice going everywhere, and little tiny Arashi's just standing there like, fight me.
All right. Takashi's back towards the door. Mannheim's hiding behind a pillar. Arashi and Elog are standing there. So the first thing that's going to happen is...
He's going to throw
Karlon is going to be thrown at Elog as hard as he can. That is a season wrap on Karlon. Thank you so much, Karlon. You are amazing. That's another nat 20. That's another nat 20. Karlon, you went out the way you lived. Being thrown as a projectile at another creature. Elog, this is going to hit, and it's going to hurt.
Oh. I do have a 25 AC right now.
A nat 20, it don't even matter. It don't even matter, buddy. That's going to hit, and it's going to hurt.
Okay.
13. You take 26 points of bludgeoning damage as Karlon hits you and gives up the ghost. Failing his last death save in the process as the golem swings it out, throws it at you as hard as he can. Elog, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
And that's for his spell?
That is for his spell. And yes,
so that's when you get your bonus too.
Ben, you're right. He does get this at advantage.
I was just letting him know because he doesn't know his class that we were talking about earlier.
I know. I got you.
Yeah. I got a +2 to Constitution, but
roll that.
I'm rolling a.
Roll it twice.
Yeah. Okay. A D20, right?
D20 and add a 2.
So my first roll was a 7.
That's not going to cut it.
Plus the 2. Second roll was a 16.
18 with the 20 points of damage. No. How much damage did you take? 20.
You said 26.
26. He needs a 30. No, I think you make that. You make that con save. You manage to hold on to the haste ability as this body, as Karlon's body, lifeless body, is thrown at you. That's the first attack. It's going to use its movement speed, since no one is in melee with it, to cut the distance with its now extra movement speed because of the salt infusion. It's going to cross to Captain Arashi and take a slam at her with the second attack.
Great.
Captain Arashi, that is a 16 to hit.
Sure does.
16 hits. Captain Arashi, you are going to take 26 points of bludgeoning damage.
God.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw to see if you can maintain that flaming sphere.
Let me drain away my life force real quick.
Yeah, drain away your life force real quick.
Cool. You said make a saving throw? So that is a 14 plus 3, 15, 16, 17.
Spell save. Yep, you're good. You maintain concentration on your flaming sphere as this thing hits you real hard. And letting out a guttural scream. Beside Elog is the lifeless body of Karlon, the monk that has traveled with you for so long. Its body even now locked in a grisly pose with 2 middle fingers sticking straight up at the creature. That is the Golem's turn. Mannheim.
I'm going to bonus action chug this potion that I've got.
Okay.
Oh yeah, do we have a potion?
And I rolled a total of 4, so that's 6 hit points.
6 hit points
and
back.
Then, yeah. If I can get this. Okay, cool. And then if I see him charging her, I see all this stuff going on there. I'm gonna try and take an Eldritch Blast at the coffin. That's what she's been attacking.
Okay.
Am I able to see that?
You are not, because you stated that you were hiding behind one of the pillars, and right now that giant golem is standing right there blocking your view. So it's going to do it, but he's going to he's going to be heavily obscured. If you have if you have sharpshooter, you can ignore that. If you don't, then you're going to...
I don't.
Okay.
So if I couldn't see it that well, then I guess I would just shoot at the tanks on the golem.
Okay. Give me... is this more Eldritch Blast?
Yeah.
All right. Give me some
so
attack
the
rolls.
first one is... What's my supposed to hit? 22 to hit.
22 hits. Roll damage.
Oh, and the second one is 26 to hit. So I'll just do it.
Yeah. Actolin's, the chat is on fire tonight with the Golem puns. That was great. Roll damage, buddy.
So that's 13 points of force damage and 5 points of necrotics for 18 total.
Towards which tank?
I would say the silver tank because that's the one that scared me the most.
Okay.
That's the one that took Karnlon out, so I'm worried about that one.
Okay. The silver tank begins to drain and drain and drain. As you see the tank with that much hit points against it, the tank looks like it's only got one charge left in it. It was the one that had taken the least amount of damage before this. But that's your turn, Mannheim?
Yep.
All right. Takashi.
I do have the sharpshooter feats. So the coffin is still around this guy, or he's
the coffin. So the coffin has broken. The flaming sphere is still very much around him at this point.
Yeah, I'm going with 2 arrows straight at him. First one is a 16. Second one is a nat 20.
God. Yep. Roll damage for both.
All right. The first one is 9 points to damage.
9 points of damage.
Oh, and the second one is just roll 1 and 7. So 14 plus 5, 19. So that's 28.
How do you want to do this?
And I'm going to bonus action get my second wind and take 1d10.
Top. How do you want to do this?
Yeah. Oh man. Oh dude, I want to like take one straight through his eyeball. I want this guy to then pin against the wall. I want it going through him.
As this case breaks, you see this ring of fire wreathing him in these flames that are starting to lick at his wounds, and he's letting forth these protested screams as he finally manages to sit up in the coffin and reaching a hand out towards Arashi. As soon as he sits up, an arrow comes out of nowhere, slamming into one of his eyes and slamming him back into the coffin. His mouth open as the second arrow pierces the other eye, slamming the back of his head once again back down into the coffin, his mouth open in a guttural scream. And as the life begins to drain from his body, the golem begins to shut down.
Oh wait, I wanted to kill him.
I want to say something to him before he dies.
He's still got a death saving throw. You got one chance.
Oh, he's still got a death saving throw?
Yeah, he can still hear you. He's just not going to be able to respond.
Oh, okay. Wait, whose turn is it?
Well, you can say what you're gonna say.
We're out of combat. You're out of combat.
Oh, okay. She's just gonna lean close and say, "I know you cannot see me, but I know you can hear me. I told you we would kill you." Double middle finger. You can't see it, but I'm holding up my middle fingers to you.
The last bit of fire burns away, starts burning at the body. But before the whole body is engulfed in flames, Elog walks over and swiftly and deftly chops the head off of the alchemist. You are in the alchemist space. It is a bittersweet moment of victory. as Karlon is crumbled at everyone's feet. Gone.
Talk walks over and lifts Karlon up into his arms and cradles him and says, "Goodbye, my friend."
We don't have a reviving potion at all?
Not this much.
Not high enough.
Can't revive this, buddy.
I was the healer.
He was the healer. Our healer was the monk that ran
You gotta,
in.
you gotta love when your healer's like, hey, you guys hang out. I'm gonna charge ahead and punch this guy.
I can respect that. I can respect that.
Mad respect.
You leave the space. Do you do anything with the golem? Do you do anything in the space?
Can we not just like immolate the golem and like, because somebody else can probably come get it or something, or we can just blow up the whole well. I guess.
You don't want to blow up the whole well. That's where the water comes from.
That's true.
But yeah, I would like to try to dismantle the golem if we can.
Yeah.
How about this? It takes a while, buddy, because this is not fine-tuned work. This is like, let's beat it until it breaks. Like, and it between all of you, you managed to beat this thing into a pulp. The pieces of it falling off, the tanks falling to the ground. There are still tools and books and random scrolls in the space, but you could leave those for another time.
No. We would definitely gather those up. Well,
We'll
first
take all
gather
of
it up, see if there's anything that's valuable that we could keep. If not, burn everything else. Like all of his notes on how to build a thing, definitely burn that stuff.
Investigation check, please.
Which one?
Manheim?
E-log.
E-log.
Okay.
Give me an investigation check. I'll say...
And do it with guidance.
I got a 19.
And then
On
roll
my
a d4.
I roll a d4.
Oh, so you're at 25 already, yeah.
Yeah. I got a 2 on my d4.
A 2 on your d4. You spend a bit of time going through the space. A lot of these objects are foreign to you. They're spell components and things of that sort. You do find three random potions, but you're not sure what they do. You find a set of detailed notes, and you immediately recognize them as the notes that you were looking over before, with detailed plans on how to build a golem of this sort while in the alchemist shop. It is the exact same notebook. It is the exact same drawings. However, and with that high of an investigation check, you see that these 3 coffins, there were plans for a 4th. Far away from this site, on an island, sequestered away, so that if something should happen to these 3, there would be a hidey hole, an ace up the sleeve.
He did say he had simulacrums.
There was enough materials to make 4. So you would need a ship of some sort. You would need a captain. You would need a crew.
We got that.
But you have the whereabouts to find it.
So we're going on an adventure.
Alchemist.
Yeah.
Once we find somebody to revive Karlon.
Either that or we could just find a new friend.
Did we head back up there?
I'm gregarious. We can make some friends.
As you guys head up the stairs.
Before we leave, do we burn everything else down that we don't take?
You could set a small fire in this space. It would not be too hard to do. Is that what you're doing?
Oh, we got firebolt and shit stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna go to Elog and say, "Elog, give me the head."
Give you the head.
Give me the head.
You can take the head.
He takes his severed head.
Okay. You head back to the mayor's.
These are very valuable trophies in bugbear circles. Heads.
We head back to the mayor's.
Head back to the mayor's
and make them talk.
Archimedes, he's been hiding the whole time. He's gonna settle down on her shoulder, and she's gonna say, "I am your mother now." We go.
Talk will carry Carlon, and when we get to
the wall,
show him the head, and say, "Look, we killed him. We'll be back for you."
Yeah, that is the password. You all leave this space, finding your way back on the surface, finding your way towards the governor's mansion, where you share what you have found and what you have done. The mayor is in complete shock as to the alchemist doing any such thing to endanger the town as a whole. But after you provide proof, so, albeit charbroiled proof, he cannot help but believe you. He thanks you profusely and asks if there's anything else that he can do for you all.
Yeah, find me a priest to revive this one.
We are a humble town. I'm not. We don't really have any priests.
I lean forward and I say, "Find someone to revive him."
Yes, I will. I will send my men as far as they can to find a priest who can revive him.
Insight check.
All
Is
right.
he lying?
He is.
I rolled a 2. I have no idea.
How about this, Takashi? It is hard to lie when a group of people are standing in front of you with a head, like in their hands, being like, "You better not lie, better
She's
not."
not just standing with it; she's perched back up on the desk with it in his face.
As you all leave the space, heading out to a ship where you are a captain of, in a manner of speaking, the sun starting to rise on the horizon, knowing your heading, knowing where you must go, and knowing that revenge is rising on the horizon just with the sun itself. That is where we are going to end tonight's adventure. Well done.
That was awesome.
Heroes.
That was awesome.
Carlon, you shall be missed. Your body will be returned to your drunk monk brother Barlon. And we are sad to see this wonderful group of heroes go. I'm sure it is not the last time that we will see them and the Archimedes 5. So thank you guys so much for playing this one shot that turned into a 3-shot. We're gonna go. We're gonna go raid a channel. We're gonna go raid How I Nerd, which is an amazing stream. So stick around, audience members. We're gonna leave you guys, but Indigo Connect and. We gotta figure out a good tagline for Archimedes 5. When all else fails, yell at the governor. I think that's good.
No, when all else fails, talk to the wall.
All right, talk to the wall.
Just have a conversation.
Extortions and human shields.
All right, we love you guys. We'll see you soon.